So welcome to Harrison's Learning Academy, and we have two questions before us. So question 1 reads, express root 3 sine theta plus 2 cos theta in the form r sine open brackets theta plus acute, where r is greater than 0. So r is greater than 0, okay, and 0 degrees is less than or equal to acute less than or equal to 9. So this means that our acute shouldn't be less than 0, and it shouldn't exceed 90 degrees. So I'm just going to repeat the question first so that we clearly understand the question. So the question says, express root 3 sine theta plus 2 cos theta in the form r sine open brackets theta plus acute, where r is greater than 0, 0 is less than or equal to theta or acute, and acute less than or equal to 90 degrees. And B reads, hence solve the equation root 3 sine theta plus 2 cos theta is equal to 1.1. So after we have expressed this in this form, we now solve the equation. So our solutions begins from here. So we have a solution here. Solutions, okay, of our solutions are down here. So first of all, let's just rewrite the function they have told us to express in the r form. So we have this function root of 3 sine theta plus 2 cos theta. We express it in this form, r sine theta plus acute. Okay, so before we proceed, if you are watching this on your TikTok, give it a follow so that you don't miss our next lesson. And if it's on YouTube, you can subscribe so that you get notified when we post another question. Okay, so let's now proceed. So we have been taught to express this function in this form. So first of all, before you proceed here, you need to find our r and the acute. Okay, so you and I know that r is given by the formula. Okay, root of a squared plus b squared. So this is the formula we use to find our r. You also know that our acute is given by the formula tan inverse of b over a. Okay, so tan inverse of b over a is the formula we use when you're finding acute. So these are the two formulas that are important on the r formula. Okay, so before you proceed into finding r, you need to know which one is my a and which one is my b, because without knowing these two, you can't find the value of r. You can't find the value of r or the value of acute. Okay, so I said that this is what determines our a and our b. This is what determines our a and our b. So since here we have sine here, as you can see there is sine here, so it means that the coefficient of sine will be our a. The coefficient of sine will be our a. So if you come here, which one is our coefficient for sine theta? So this is the coefficient for sine theta. Root 3 is the coefficient for sine theta. And I said that since here there is sine, so it means that the coefficient of sine will be our a. So our a will be the coefficient of sine, which is root 3. Okay, root 3. So this is our a, and our b, it's the one which has remained. Okay, so here the one which has remained is the coefficient of cos, which is 2. So this is our b. Okay, so we have stated that our a and our b. So having stated this, you can now proceed into finding your r and your acute. It's up to you. If you want, you can begin by finding your r. If you want, you can begin by finding your acute. Okay, so let's begin. So we know that our r is equal to root of a squared. Which one is our a here? So we have said that this is our a and this is our b. So on our a we're going to have root 3. Remember these are squared, so you also square. Don't forget to square, because if you do, you're going to be marked wrong even if you know what you are doing. Okay, plus b squared. So this is our b, so we're going to have 2 squared here, 2 squared here. Okay, 2 squared. Okay, so you can now proceed. R is equal to the root of root 3 squared. It will give you 3, because root 3 is the same as writing as 3 multiplied by 3 to the power 1 over 2. 3 to the power 1 over 2. 3 to the power 1 over 2 is the same as writing as like this. Okay, so if you have a situation like this, I hear me clearly. I've said that writing like as the root of 3 is the same as writing 3 to the power 1 over 2. So if you square this, it means that you're going to multiply this power by 2. Hence this and this will go. I'm just going to have 3 to the power 1, which will give you 3. Okay, so here we have said that root of 3 squared to give you 3, plus 2 squared. You know that this is 4. 2 multiplied by 2, it will give you 4, isn't it? So like this. Okay, so here you just add. So we're going to have root r is equal to the root of 7. R is equal to the root of 7. So having found your r, you can now find the acute, so that we now just express this in this form. Okay, so I said that acute is given by the formula tan inverse of b over a, tan inverse of b over a, according to this equation. Okay, so just going to get your acute is equal to tan inverse of b. Your b here it's 2, so we're going to have 2 over root 3. Okay, 2 over root 3. Okay, so if you are watching this on TikTok or Facebook, you can give it a follow so that you don't miss our next session. Okay, if it's on YouTube, subscribe so that you get notified when we post another question. Okay, and you can also share, because sharing is caring. So acute is equal to what's tan inverse of 2 over 3? What's tan inverse of 2 over 3? So here you just come on your calculator and place shift, then you place on tan, open brackets, 2 divide root of 3. This will give you 49.1. 49.1. So this is 49.1. Remember, angles are rounded off to 1 decimal place. Okay, so this is 41.1 degrees. So having known this, you can now just replace in this. You just replace in this. Okay, so you know the value for r, which is the root of 7. So while there is r, we're just going to put root of 7. So while there is r, you just put the root of 7. So we're going to have root of 7, root of 7. Okay, sine. Remember, we are expressing in this form, sine, open bracket, theta, plus your acute, which is 49.1. So 49.1. Okay, so in you have expressed in this form which they wanted, and this is 3 marks. So if you see, these are just 3 marks which you can get without any difficulties. Okay, so let's now proceed to question 2, which says hence solve the equation the equation, this one, hence solve the equation root of 3 sine theta, root of 3 sine theta plus 2 cos theta is equal to 1.1. So we have been asked to solve this equation. So in short, we are just solving this equation, which has been equated to 1.1. So if you see, we have expressed this equation in the R form, and it has given us this. Okay, it has given us this. It has given root of 7 sine this and this. Okay, so we know that this the equation that they are telling us to solve is equal to this one. This equation is equal to this one, because we have expressed this in this form. So we have been told that this equation is equal to 1.1. Okay, so let me just highlight it so that you see what we are talking about. So we have this equation. Okay, root of 3 sine theta plus 2 cos theta is equal to 1.1. Okay, so here I was saying that we were expressing this up to here, so we just express this. Okay, so we express this in this form. We were taught to express this in this form, and we express. So this and this are one and the same. They are not different. They are not different. They're just one and the same. There is no difference. Okay, there is no any difference. So where there is this, you know that this is equal to this, so you can just replace this. So you are going to have a situation like this: root of 7 plus root of 7 sine open brackets theta plus 49.1. Okay, so this was expressed in this form, and it's equal to this 1.1. Okay, 1.1. The reason I've done this is we know that this and this are just equal, so it's easy for us to solve it in this form rather than in this direct form. Okay, so having reached this side, you can now solve this by making this as acute. You can make this as acute or your theta. Okay, so you can write here as this is what is inside as our theta, so that we solve it easily. So here we can so this is let, in case you can't see properly. Okay, so let me just use a red marker. Okay, let theta plus 14.1 be acute. Okay, so we just let this which is inside to be our acute, so that we easily solve this. So this is equal to acute. Okay, so having written like this, or having made theta plus 49 as our acute, you can now proceed your procedure. Okay, so we have a root of 7 sine. So this we have made it to be our acute. So where there is this, we're going to put our acute, and this is equal to 1.1. It's equal to 1.1. Then we just divide both sides by root 7, so that we find acute. Okay, so we divide over root 7. Okay, over root of 7, and this will give us sine theta is equal to, what is 1.1 divided root 7. So 1.1 divided root 7 to give you 0.44 degrees. Okay, to give you 0.416. Okay, so then you make acute the subject of a formula, because we are finding acute. Just make acute the subject formula by doing like this. Acute is equal to, we take sine to this side to be sine inverse of 0.416. So this is how you make acute the subject formula. So what sine inverse of 0.46? So on your calculator you press shift, then sine, then 0.41. So it gives you 24.5. Okay, 24.6, in short 24.6. So acute is equal to 24.6. So this is our acute. Acute is equal to 24.6. So this doesn't mean that we have finished. Remember here we said that let theta plus 49 be acute. Okay, so we just made of theta plus 49 be acute. So here we can also write it as theta plus 9 is equals to acute. Okay, so we have okay, so before we proceed to that, so we reached an extent where we had the, so let me just rub this. Okay, so we reached to this extent. Okay, okay, where it said sine theta or sine acute is equal to 0.416. So if you see this is a positive value, so this is a positive value, so this means that sine is positive here, so it means that sine positive. And then when you go on your quadrant, you're going to find out that this sine is positive in the what's this, in the second quadrant and the first quadrant. Okay, in the second quadrant and in the third, in the second quadrant and the first quadrant. Okay, so in the third quadrant we do 180 minus acute, and then in the first quadrant we just get the acute is equals to acute. Okay, so here we're going to have two angles. Okay, so we have this, and we also have the one in the in the second quadrant, which is 180 minus acute. So 180 minus our acute, which is 24.6, it will give you 155.4. So these are the two values of acute. Okay, so these are the two values for acute. Okay, so having found the values for acute, you can now come to this stage where it says let theta plus 49 is equal to acute. So you have so I'll just write it here. So you have theta, okay, I believe you can see plus, okay, so theta plus 49.1 is equal to our acute. So you either get this, so you find for this it's equals to 24.6, and you also do theta plus 49.1 is equal to this one, which I found, this one, 155.4. okay, so from now you can just now collect the like term. So this is an equation, I know, yeah, you can solve it by just taking 49.1 to this side. Okay, so you just get we take this to this side and this to this side, then so you're going to find your values for theta. And I believe from here you can find your theta. Just collect the like terms and do the mathematics. I greet you.